people have started using buyer's agents a lot. What's your take on it? Like, I don't know how famous they were like 20 years ago. Because
Hmm.
do you know what I mean? Like, not many people
Yeah,
would
yeah.
go to a buyer's agent. They would
Hmm.
just look around their backyard, you know,
Yep, yep.
just buy a property. And now, how relevant and how significant do you think the buyer's agent are in this market?
Hmm. I think they're amazing. I think there is a requirement for buyers agent. Hence, there are a lot of buyers agents popping up.
Mm.
Um, because you have a real estate agent who is selling the property, is speaking on behalf of the vendor,
Yeah, he wants the
right?
maximum.
So, yeah,
What he can get
so
for that
what?
property.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, right. But you don't have anyone who speaks on the behalf of buyer,
Mm.
and you don't have anyone who wants to buy at the least price,
Yeah.
but you have someone who controls and wants to sell at the highest
Mm.
price, right?
Yeah.
So there was a gap, there is a gap, there was a gap, and hence for the buyer's agent. But looking at the whole market, because it's a new profession, you will get some gems, then you will get a lot of bad apples
Yeah.
until the industry regulates itself and the bad apples are thrown out, and then industry will be filled with known gems, right? That's how any job industry works. So what happens is that when a new job industry comes up, you have everyone going in with experience, without experience, claiming to be
Mm.
the magician. But market in the world of capitalism, market dictates everything. So people would know, like, who is selling me snake oil and who is actually selling me, giving me value, right? I think buyer's agent, the market of buyer's agent will be regulated, self-regulated, and the experts will stay and the amateurs will leave. It will become very tough. It will become very tough.
I've heard their fees are like really high fees going on with the buyer's agent.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's pretty high, the kind of research they do. I mean, when I'm saying the kind of research they do, the kind of effort they put, I'm speaking to those gems
Yeah.
that I've spoken to. I mean, so say for example, tomorrow if you go to a buyer's agent
Yeah.
and you give them um, attributes and conditions that, hey, listen, I want to buy somewhere in Perth or in Brisbane. This is my budget. And they'll go like, okay, let me go and find something for you, right? And they will find something, and this is what you wanted. This is the price. My fees is this. But what I have seen after speaking to few buyers agents and real estate agents, a really sharp buyer agent will go like, okay, what is your end goal? What do you want to do? Because what buyer's agent wants to do is, you may come up with a specific goal. They can actually help you look at a bigger value proposition. You may go come like, hey, listen, I want to invest in um, I want to invest in Perth, and this is my budget. And then that guy may go like, what are you looking for? Are you looking for cash flow? Are you looking
Capital
for
growth.
capital growth?
Yeah.
Oh, you're looking for capital growth. How much capital growth are you looking for? Are you looking for 80 to 100K? Are you looking for 100 to 200K? Are you looking for 200 to 300K? And what's the time span do you have? I'm looking for 90 to 150K, maybe in 4 5 years. Okay, Perth is all right. I'm
Mm.
looking for 300 400K. Well, oopsie do, Perth is not your market. You may
Mm.
have to look at Sydney, because that's the kind. If you want to look at that growth, Sydney is because Sydney, if you understand, if you look at geography of Sydney, Sydney is bestowed with that kind of nature where you have mountains, you have hills, you have water, you have flat plains, which limits the release of too much land. So supply will
Right.
always be an issue, right?
Mm.
So whatever you get, and it will just exponentially grow. Hopefully, that's what the pundits say, right?
Yeah.
Uh, Perth, on the other hand, may not have that, or Melbourne, on the other hand, may not have that. Depending on what you basically want, then buyer's agent will then give you advice, and then once you both have mutual agreement, then they will go and find one for you. Now, there are disadvantages as well that I've seen, and this is actually a buyer's agent has actually educated me on these.
Oh,
Right.
that's interesting.
Right. So here are the things that you need to look for. Looking for a buyer's agent. So some of the buyer's agent, you need to be wary of that they don't have kickbacks.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like
Do you think there's
say for
transparency
example,
in that, or in that fashion?
no, they won't be
Ah,
transparent if there are kickbacks. Like, they'll go like, hey, listen, instead of going there, why don't you go there? This is an amazing project. You need to spend this. Why are you pushing me towards it? This is not what I want. This is
mm,
not aligning myself into this, right? This is not what I'm after. There are other things that, sometimes buyer agents go like, you need to make the decision now.
oh yeah, yeah.
Like now, make decision now. Why? I have like 50 questions I need to ask you. Like, I'm not buying
Yeah.
a ceiling fan. I'm not buying a computer. I'm
Mm,
not buying a lolly. I'm buying a
yeah,
property,
yeah.
right? I Show me the strata report. I need to see what were the defects, right? Show me the
Mm,
QC report. Or you're being too emotional. You're taking too much time. You're being emotional. No, you're not being emotional. You're just being cautious, right? It's okay to be cautious. It's a sign of a good investor to be cautious. So look out for those signs where
the red
where
flags.
buyers agents are pushing you
Mm.
to take a decision in their favor.
Well,
Right.
how do you make sure that they're not getting any kickbacks, or if there's no, some hidden interest? So is there like, can you control that with some kind of agreement, or I don't know how you do it. Is there any disclosure statement? Like, well, what's happening here?
Um, that's that's a question I don't know. I don't have an answer for, to be honest, right? So, um, actually, that's a good question for my research. I'll actually do a research on that before I give you a smart answer. So the question is, how do you detect that if a buyer's agent is having
Yeah,
kickbacks,
just
right? So
any kind of
are they
safeguard.
obliged? Are they
Mm,
obliged to say it outset, be transparent? Like, I'm recommending you this project, but I do get commission on this.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
yeah, that
Usually,
kind of.
like mortgage broker would say that in his agreement that
Mhm. Yeah,
I'm referring you
yeah.
to such and such bank, and
I get
this
this
is
much commission.
yeah, this is what I get.
I get
Okay.
this much commission. Yeah, yeah. The other thing is that you got to make sure that they have a license to operate.
Yeah. You
Yeah,
think
you
there are
can't you
unlicensed
can't be.
ones roaming around? There are?
Or the license have expired. Personally, I've
Mm,
checked it with a few folks. So there are a few folks I follow on social media. They're
yep.
giving advices, and I'm like, oh, that's interesting. Let's Google if they have a license. Their license has expired in 2022, right?
So
So
there's actually a domain
um,
where you can go to and search for it.
yeah, you can actually go
Oh,
and
okay.
check for the licenses. If and do so do check. You can you can check builder's license. You can check real estate license. You
Yep.
can check a buyer's agent license to make sure they have that license to operate. And one very important thing that you need to be aware of when dealing with buyer's agent, or in fact any other agent in general, is when they start giving you financial advice.
Yep.
So investment and financial advice should be given by a certified financial advisor only, right?
Mm,
So it shouldn't be given by a buyer's agent. So buyer should be telling you, oh, don't invest in, I don't know, crypto, or don't invest in stock. You got to invest in this. That shouldn't be the
right.
advice. So if they're giving you that advice, you just need to ask them like, what is your qualification of being a professional financial advisor? If it's not, then stay away. Whilst it's not that of a pandemic within the buyer's agent, it's very minuscule number of people who are doing that. I think it's more of a problem with mortgage brokers. Mortgage
Mm,
broker tends to sometimes give financial advice as well, like, oh,
yeah.
why are you spending there? Don't spend there. Do this, do that. Because what they want is basically get a bigger loan. Bigger
Yeah.
loan means bigger commission, right?
Mm,
So they may go like, hey, listen, don't invest in I don't know, apartments. Go and invest in a bigger house,
mm.
etc. Um, but again, very minuscule. Most of the folks I've met who are from a mortgage broking industry, who are from buyers agent industry, and who from real estate industry, they're very nice, very helpful, very helpful. Well, only like few bad apples.
Yeah, I think they're everywhere,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, they're everywhere. They're everywhere.
Mm.